correct, absolutely. My name is Benny, and today we're going to talk about She-Hulk Episode 5, because Dylan is still wrong about his episode count.
No, I was wrong once.
No, but that's our inside joke, Dylan. It makes them want to watch previous episodes, or they sit there and go, God damn it, why do podcasters do this? They do one of the two things. Either way, today we're going to talk about Episode 5. It's me, Dylan, and Hassan, and overall, I thought the episode was pretty good. Our first not cameoed episode. There's no cameos in this episode.
That's crazy. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Didn't even cross my mind.
We didn't even get a Wong. Yeah. We didn't get Daredevil. Didn't show up, although we did get to see the top of the helmet, so you know it's him.
It's true.
You know what? You said that, but honestly, this show. I know people have been talking about it, and the show itself jokes about the cameos a lot. I never really It's not like Wong's on screen, and I'm like, oh, he's Wong from Doctor Strange. It's just it feels like he's part of the story that's being told or whatever.
Yeah,
it feels very seamless. It's not like I don't know, cameos of past, like Bruce Banner being shoehorned into the end of Iron Man 3, where he's being Tony's therapist or something like that. That feels very cameo, very slapstick. This is he's part of the story.
Yeah. It's definitely a benefit to the Disney Plus shows being made by the same production company. Cameos and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. days definitely felt very this is it. This is
Sif in general.
deal.
Remember they made a big deal about Sif showing up. Someone from Thor is showing up. But yeah, it was good. And you're right. I think that's where we've gotten to with the MCU. When we do get cameos, it's but it's not holy cow, you can skip to the cameo episodes because they're the only ones that are important or something dumb like that. Almost like back in the Flash and Arrow days where it'd be oh my God, this episode has Arrow coming onto the Flash. This is going to be so different and epic. And, it's not special. But I think that's actually a better thing because Wong showing up or Banner showing up. Yeah.
Just like comics.
So this particular episode is all about She-Hulk didn't trademark her name, okay? And basically is the most sitcom-y plot that has ever existed, in which we do a callback to her Tinder dates, and they all have to show up and go over why they wouldn't date She-Hulk. Did I get the episode right? I'm pretty sure that's this episode, right?
Yeah, that's this
one. Okay. Dylan was giving me looks like I got the wrong episode I was describing.
I'm just sitting here.
On top of that, the other thing that happens in this plot is they finally acknowledge that her suit looks terrible. And I made a comment in our chat hey, thank God the show is finally acknowledging it. I wish they did it sooner. And Dylan, what did you say?
Well, I said you're wrong.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to say this in public because I didn't say it in the chat. I think you're wrong too. I think they did acknowledge that it looks wonky the whole time. They're making fun of her. They said she looked like a linebacker. They were they literally brought because other than the one time she grew and ripped open her clothes, they've been roasting the way she looks the whole time.
I think regardless of people,
I thought it was just that character though.
Well, regardless of people outwardly saying it, it's been very clear that she looks kind of schlubby. Her herself, that's the only suit she has that fits She-Hulk. She doesn't really care. It's it's been a thing that she, isn't dressing super well as She-Hulk at work. And her assistant has been clowning on her for it the entire time. And to say somebody else called her out for it, not really. She still is mostly the main character who's dealing with that plot point in this episode. Right. It's just that they're actually dealing with it now.
Yeah, well, the point I brought up is, I don't know, and maybe it's just the way, because, I'm from the New England area. New England humor is very much, we all rag on each other, and we all just have fun, and no one takes it seriously. So I think I just took her ragging on She-Hulk's suit and all that crap. It's just they're just buddies, and that's the
friendly
humor.
Banter.
Yeah, friendly.
But that doesn't mean that she wasn't doing that.
I'm admitting you're right on this one particular thing.
No way!
Clip it. Whoa! Clip it. Everybody clip it. I'm gonna put that on the screen right here behind me, playing in an infinite loop. I'm admitting you were wrong. It's gonna give me serotonin every day.
That's crazy.
So yeah, the B plot is setting up the suit, which is my only complaint with this episode, because I loved the Tinder dates coming back and basically acknowledging that what she thought was a bad date from their point of view was also a bad date. Now they were all shitty guys. I'm not going to try to defend any of them.
Sure,
yeah. But it does go back to an argument I have with a lot of people a lot of times. It's all about perspective. And even though all of those guys were full of themselves, the perspective of their situation wasn't, wow, it's She-Hulk, I should be amazed. You know what I mean? That kind of a situation.
Yeah. No, I definitely last episode when the doctor did the thing where he walked out, which I wasn't on the previous review. I'll say the most unbelievable part of the show is that Tatiana, gosh, I don't know how to pronounce that actress's name. Do you know, Dylan?
Tatiana
I think it's Tatiana. Yeah.
Tatiana Maslany. Her gorgeous woman that gets on Tinder and can't get any dates. She's like drop dead gorgeous and a lawyer. That was the funniest part. So like when the guy when she hulked down after having the night with the fancy doctor man, he's like, this is not for me. I gotta sprint away. You turned into a different kind of hot lady. It was like, oh geez, that's rough.
He's clearly into
I like
monsters.
that he explained it together. Like
really
the three
well
guys
today.
are full of themselves, and he kind of explained himself, and I'm like, okay, that all kind of makes
they tied
sense.
it really well together today. I think yesterday or last episode, I felt really bad for her, and I was like, oh, this is probably the thing I disliked the most, and then it was fine, and it played up for really good jokes. I think the whole time I was like, this is funny, this is good. I think Adrian Chase, Pug. I'm just gonna keep calling him Adrian Chase from Arrow forever.
Josh Segarra.
Josh Segarra. I guess I wasn't paying attention to his character enough, like his acting, like the character he was playing enough, or maybe he just wasn't on screen a lot. Pulls up like, yo, bro, I got a drip broker. I'm all about the hype, my guy.
I love him.
And he's like,
so good.
He played it up so well. I was dying. I was like, this is so
I loved
goofy.
that. I also loved
it.
him getting like all into the Avengers stuff, swinging the hammer and stuff.
Yeah.
You don't like
my God.
Avengers? I got Avengers.
Well, and at the end, like the little, like beautiful, like the after sequence of each episode, the or the scrolling, whatever it's called, end credits, the painted artwork, the watercolors look so incredible. But there's one scene where it's him and it's like his closet full of shoes, and there's a lot of like little comic book references. There's like a Deadpool sneaker that he's got on the thing. And there's some X-Men sneakers and a bunch of other ones. So it's very they tied it together really well because it does make sense. And like in a universe where we have Thor, we're gonna get like the Thor 1s, man. We're gonna get the Tony Stark 11s. Like we're gonna get dope Avengers sneakers.
I want a drip broker now. I want to be able to go, Hudson, I got a drip broker.
Dude, you'd flex on me all the time. I'd pull up wearing normal sneakers. And be like, well, here's my Jordan 5 Air Force Ones, whatever. Leave me alone, Benny.
I do have a shoe collection going. It started accidentally. I just kept buying shoes that I kept finding on sales, but that's a different story for a different day. Anyway. Yeah, no, I loved it. And my biggest complaint was the whole episode is hyping to the uniform, and the fact that we are getting an actual She-Hulk uniform. I was like, oh, the end is gonna be the reveal of what it looks like, and it wasn't. It was not the reveal on episode 5, which I'm kind of getting annoyed that Disney keeps postponing the actual suit, but at least hers makes sense plot-wise. Like, there's an actual reason. She doesn't want to be She-Hulk. She doesn't want to have.
She hasn't needed it really yet.
And I'll
She's
say
not
that
fighting really.
Maybe they'll tee it up really, really well next episode, or whenever they do show the suit. Maybe it'll be like a moment that makes sense and makes it, a bombastic reveal. Because I'll say that like the very slow burn all episode would have, it makes sense, but also it's like this isn't anywhere near as exciting as the sudden like, whoa, she's in the suit kind of thing, So there are pros and there are cons to that.
This is definitely the first episode that I've kind of felt like a lot of people, I think you guys included, have said that the episodes feel kind of a little too short. And I haven't really cared until this episode. This episode definitely felt a little anticlimactic. Just because they just cut, which, it's the same length as the rest of them, but this one feels less like a whole, like there was an arc here, but less like everything was wrapped up, just because like, even if we didn't see like the superhero suit, like at least her in one of her new cool suits.
Yeah, like the actual.
I would have liked to see her looking.
I also love that this kind of fills in a plot hole that even comics have of where does everyone get their suits? Because then we see that the new Daredevil helmet's in the corner.
Right.
Like they're bringing it to Daredevil.
A lot of characters like this. I think it was in Kate Lath's Hellcat book. I don't know if this was a pre-existing character, if that was a character that they made for that, but it's very similar to this. It might even be the same character.
I think Gwenpool does that too. She goes to someone who makes
Gwenpool
suits.
has that too. I actually might be thinking of Gwenpool, or they might be in both books. I don't remember.
Yeah, because like the ongoing joke in the Gwenpool book is, "Where's my pants? I want pants."
Right. Refuses to make her pants.
I know there's a guy in Daredevil just because of Twitter. I watched the first season of Daredevil, and I'd really like to get back into the Netflix Daredevil show. But there's a guy named Melvin in that show apparently who he's Daredevil suit guy. So there was a lot of like TikTok sad compilation videos of like R.I.P. Melvin. I guess he's not in the Disney universe or whatever. Which it's like, guys, this is a slapstick camp show. I'm sure if we bring Daredevil back into his own genre, his tone's gonna change, and like potentially Melvin will come back and they'll have an excuse as to why, So
I mean, they could easily come up with a reason for it. But I did like that. My biggest complaint though is this episode ended and then they dropped the trailer for the mid-season trailer. So that's what I saw, the mid-season. So I was curious what scenes they chose to put into the mid-season trailer. So I watched that, not expecting spoilers, and that's what they reveal the suit. Shows her like jumping off a building, landing. She got the shoes. She's in the skin tight outfit. It's the suit, like the actual suit.
I actually haven't seen that yet. Interesting.
The mid-season trailer? Yeah, so my complaint is, like, if we're going to just give it away in the trailer anyway, why did you not give us the reveal at the end of this episode?
You know, I'm pretty aggressive depending on the show. Like, I think when I'm watching House of the Dragon, I like to watch the preview before every episode because they cut it together in a way that I think, like, okay, I'm actually not getting plot. They'll tee up lines that have, like, much bigger storylines around them and won't mean what I think they mean.
Right.
And Marvel stuff tends to be like, well, here's the plot. Here's the things that you would have been excited to see randomly. So I try not to watch the Marvel trailers episode to episode. Depends, because if I'm super hooked and it's like really serialized, which none of the Disney Plus shows in a while have been. Loki was. I think even Falcon and the Winter Soldier was. Now I'm just kind of like, this is fun. I don't need to watch anything for it.
We're in a day and age where Lego spoils half the things. So why are we fading to black instead of just revealing as much?
That's not true.
Lego does. What are you dumb?
Half the Lego leaks are fake. Half the time, people are like, oh, this is happening in the Lego. Remember at Iron Man 3 when it showed like the Mandarin on like a supercar and they were like, oh, he's going to have like this crazy tank. That was nowhere in the movie.
Okay, throw out cars and like spider buggies and shit, but you could go by costumes that arrive.
Listen, I've seen Giant Man got spoiled for Civil War through Lego, and now everybody thinks that Lego leaks everything.
Well, they leak so much stuff,
posted,
dude.
A bunch of people are posting videos about, I know who Black Panther is in theory if it's on the Lego set. I didn't even willfully get that information. I was swiping on TikTok, and they're like, this Lego is the new Black Panther, and I know who that is, and I know who that little Lego figurine is, and it infuriated me to know.
They are revealing certain things through Lego and the problem is, and this is actually related to this topic because of what I want to talk about with the suit. It's been spoiled in action figures. If you Google, like they were just talking about, Maku in our chat over here was like, I get spoiled to me in the action figures. It's already out. It's been out, revealed, shown.
Yeah.
I mean, case in point, the problem is they craft these deals with like Lego and Fortnite, and the stuff has to come out regardless of what it is, and you can't hide the spoilers. So they're already giving it all away. This season's Fortnite has Spider-Gwen as a level 100. Guess what movie was supposed to come out next month? Into the Spider-Verse 2.
Supposed to come out next month. We've been deprived, and I'm furious about that.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, they're all tied in, and that's how these things get spoiled.
Yeah.
We already fully know Spider-Gwen's new design, and I think that movie's like 8 months away now?
I think we were like
design.
3 or 4 episodes into.
They changed the gloves, and that's a new design.
We were 3 or 4 episodes into Miss Marvel, and then they gave, and then the Disney Cruise Line had a ride that revealed Miss Marvel's suit and her and Sam Wilson and Brie Larson. But it revealed that was the first time we got to see the suit. I like didn't see anything. Maybe I saw it initially, like the very first time.
No, there were set photos, and
I wasn't. I remember paying too close attention to it just because I wasn't particularly interested. And
I think I'm just getting tired of fade to blacks, save the reveal in a world and landscape and franchise where they don't care about saving the reveal unless it's the actual movie or show. Because Google is She-Hulk, it's out there.
You know, I think there's the reveal in like reality, and then there's the reveal in the show. They're two different things. Like we're obviously not like we know what She-Hulk's gonna look like, but also her costume's not too dissimilar from the one in the comics anyway. So it's not like it's a huge reveal in either bit. It's just, you know, the fun of how they're going to show it in the show is different, and what they're, you know, teeing up for. And obviously like Daredevil is the thing that they're leading up to, and we've already seen him in trailers. And knew that he was coming. So I think it's just it's less that like they're pushing it forward because of that. Like we already know it's coming, and we've only seen one hint of it now. So I will agree with you fully with this show if Daredevil doesn't show up next week or this week, I guess, in episode 6. Then it's gonna be like, all right, well now they're just pushing things for the sake of pushing things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't watch trailers, so I don't have these problems as much.
I do want to claim, because someone's going to be like, oh, you're being so nice. I love this episode. The episode is great. Yeah. I mean, when there's stuff like this that there isn't much to talk about, I'm going to find something to nitpick. And my nitpick is, just show me the suit. She should have walked out and been in the suit. And
I was super happy with the episode. I thought it was very fun, and
You're wrong.
It's very turned my brain off kind of humor, and I liked it.
I have a few actor things, just positive stuff. Jamila Jamil, I've never heard her American accent before. It's spot on. It's like I noticed like one crack in it,
but only because I've watched way too much Good Place.
Sure, but like even like I've watched The Good Place like 2 or 3 times now, and like it didn't come across as like weird or strange. And this is after watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where Nick Blood, who plays Lance Hunter, a very British guy, does an American accent that's horrible. So,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then also Renee Elise Goldsberry, who I've never seen in anything other than Hamilton, is a great actor. And, you know, not that that's surprising to me, but like when everyone's screaming in a musical, it's hard to like actually tell their acting ability. She's great in this. So yeah, I'm glad to see her in more things.
There were some in our Civil War video. There was a lot of people nitpicking and very angry at me. Like, you're saying you like Jamila Jamil in the show? She was a glorified cameo. They lied in the promotional material, which was so dumb. It was the first episode. I almost just said a bad word, but we know we don't do that on the show. It was the first flippin' episode, and these people were trying to like rip in and be crazy in the comments. Well, it's like I said, she's back.
Well, that goes into a lot of my overall complaints with the public's reception to the Disney Plus shows. Because up until now, the Disney Plus shows have just been 6-hour movies. This is the first time it's a show, and everyone expected like the first episode of She-Hulk to do her entire character arc, reveal everything going on, have every single cameo. It's like it's a 20-minute show. 20-minute sitcom, and you're like, well, she didn't give out her rationale well enough. We feel like she was crapping all over Hulk.
It was just stupid.
You watch 9 episodes and we could discuss that, but 1 episode in 20 minutes, there's going to be a lot of things that feel short.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And that's the thing that guys like, you know, if you watch Young Sheldon, you're not going to be, you know, bitching about the overarching narrative of Young Sheldon.
Dude, that show's actually really good.
No,
I don't know why I've been missing
TikTok
out on it.
Things. It's like Young Sheldon and Subway Surfer underneath, and it's in 50 different parts, the whole episode. And I've watched through like half of one and been like, what am I doing with my life? I love this. I'm going to keep watching it.
It's a lot of things you do where I question what you're doing with your life.
Yeah,
but anyway,
whatever. Well, and then Jim Parsons gives his voiceover, and I realize it's tied to the Big Bang Theory, and I'm like, simply this sucks, and I don't want to watch
you
this.
ruined it.
You ruined it for me.
I actually don't mind it. I have yet to go out of my way to watch it. But every time I have caught an episode, like when I'm stuck on a plane, there's 3 episodes on the thing.
Okay.
Or
that makes more sense. I was like, wait, you have cable?
Sure.
No, I don't have cable. Who has cable?
I was confused.
Wow.
Anyway, guys, I thought the episode was great. I assume you both do it as well. Please check out our sponsors, G Fuel and Into the AM. If you want to get more behind-the-scenes stuff, like our discussion about what's going on behind me, join up for our YouTube memberships and be a part of the family. We'll see you guys next time right here.